Welcome back, guys. Live at the Next Arena, we got KeSPA Cup coming at you 2015.
That's a big cup, man.
Yeah,
that is the
KeSPA Cup.
Yeah. In fact, I don't even
really is a big cup.
I don't even think you keep that cup. I think you just get the cool pin, man. I don't know.
I would assume.
Well,
yeah,
actually,
maybe you get your name on it.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, like the Stanley Cup.
I'll have to go down and check that out a little bit later.
But we're going to go right into map selection, guys. We got a ZVZ actually coming up next. It's going to be Losira versus Dark.
Yep, Dark's team winning that League of Legends champs last night. Thrashing those Tigers.
Let's see what kind of maps they ban out here. ZVZ mirror map usually can kind of tell you a little bit of information about maybe what kind of style they want to play.
Iron Fortress is a no-no one out here for Losira. Inferno pools. I think we're going to see Inferno pool banned in every single best of 5.
If they don't ban Inferno pools, I'll let you solo cast that one. I'm not casting. Kappa.
Losira's team got a new sponsor, new chicken sponsor, by the way. I'm guessing that's what's up above the MVP logo.
Yeah. I could really go for some chicken right now, actually. We should just, like, eat chicken and cast like it's Home Story Cup or something. Like,
I'd be totally down. I ate chicken last night. A lot of chicken. Like, way too much chicken. But I could do it again.
Yeah.
That's just how chicken is, man. You could just do it again. Expedition Lost coming up as game number 2. Hope they find it. Coda LE.
What?
Game number 3.
What?
Oh, well,
okay, I'm gonna solo cast the first map because you made that joke.
the map name doesn't even really. I don't even like. What's that map name just doesn't make sense to me. It's like a lost expedition. An expedition was lost.
Sojung just brought me some water, and it tastes kind of weird. But anyway, guys, let's look at this VCR.
안녕하세요. MVP 제후 한강호입니다. 해보고 싶은 대회였는데 할 수 있게 되어서 좋아요. 뭐 다 잘하시는 선수고 그나마 만약에 만나고 싶은 종족은 테란이나 저그요. 프로토스 선수요. 요즘 좀 강세인 종족이라서 그런 것 같아요. 테란 대 저그가 나올 것 같아요. 팀원들 만난 거 사주고 그다음에 저축하고 싶어요. 응원하고 싶은 선수가 되도록 멋진 경기 보여드릴게요. 한강호 화이팅!
네, 안녕하세요. SK텔레콤 T1 저그 박영호입니다. 힘들게 한국 예선 뚫고 올라왔는데 그만큼 좋은 성적 거둬야 된다 생각하고 있어요. 선수는 없고 토스가 그냥 까다로운 것 같아요. 성주? 제가 요새 성주한테 좀 센 것 같고 성주가 요새 좀 제일 잘하는 테란이잖아요. 좀 이기면은 좀 관심을 많이 받을 것 같아서 좀 만나고 싶어요. 올라오면 성주가 올라오게 되지 않을까. 승현아, 지난번에 치킨 한번 같이 먹었는데 연락이 없더라. 와서 얻어먹고 왔는데 연락 좀 가끔이라도 했으면 좋겠어. 제가 최근에 양대 백수가 됐는데 KeSPA 컵은 꼭 열심히 해서 높게 올라갈 수 있도록 하겠습니다. 결국 밑바닥까지 갔는데 결국 30위권 강탈로니까 그냥 앞만 보고 다시 열심히 해도 될 것 같아요.
요즘 많이 겸손해지셨던데 그 모습 보기 좋고 멋진 승부했으면 좋겠습니다.
최근에 VOD를 좀 찾아봤는데 저그전 최근 전패하시더라고요. 그래서 좀 연습 좀 열심히 하셔야 될 것 같아요.
MVP 로시라 한강호 vs SK텔레콤 T1 다 박영우.
Who's the guy that does that voice? Sounds like the same guy over at GSL.
I think it is the same guy.
It is the same guy. We just got the word from the firm.
My uncle works at Nintendo, I know.
What? You would know that kind of thing because your uncle works at Nintendo. That makes sense.
My uncle doesn't work at Nintendo, but some interesting things in that interview is Losira is like saying like he does not want to base Protoss.
Dark too. They both don't want to face Protoss.
No.
We saw that PVZ group over at GSL. Me and Moongley casted that. That was, yeah. I mean, both Protosses got out. The twos are expelled, and it was looking very one-sided for the Protosses.
Now, keep in mind, we were talking about chicken earlier. This is a chicken Mario sponsor. You can see it closer now. But also, Dark was talking about eating some chicken with life.
Yeah.
I wish he'd text him more, but like just a little bit.
He like had chicken with life, and life just doesn't text him again. Dark pissed him off or something.
You know what? I had kimchi pancakes with Dark once, and he didn't text me back.
What the hell, man?
I'm gonna have to text him about that.
This guy's complaining about not getting texts. He doesn't text other people
Yeah,
back.
he never texted. He never called me to get some kimchi pancakes again.
Yeah. Going into the game, Dark did his thing that he always does. GGL go with a capital G on go. And Losira was like, hi. And then he just says, go. No GG, no good luck, just go.
Now, we talked a lot about stats earlier with Zest. Like, look how many fewer games Dark has played career overall. Like, we were just talking about, in general, right now, like, how different it is, like, how much experience, like, just looking at Dark's games, like, his record is pretty good. 85 and 73 is obviously a positive record. He's 12 games up. But just saying, like, how Zest has played, like, twice as many games as that is kind of insane. Well, not twice as many, but, like, a significant amount as many. Yeah. Is pretty important to note because like Dark just doesn't have as much experience. Just looking at the overall scheme of the tournament.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see if experience comes into play here, Wolf. Losira, he's doing his forward bend, his stare into the monitor.
He's getting ready. He's getting into the zone.
Yeah. Whenever he does this, he wins his games. He's like getting really angry. Let's see what happens here in game number 1 on Echo right now.
MVP 로시라 한강호 vs SK텔레콤 T1 박명우.
Up here in the top left, one of our Zergs in the red is Losira. I wouldn't have known that unless he hovered over the hatchery.
I think the Korean commentators had the same issue. That's why he hovered it. Bottom right in blue. What Zerg could it be? No, it's Dark.
It's Ragnarok.
Whoa! Well, see if we see any early pools.
Yep, that's the first step, ZVZ. Looks like Losira decided to make the drones first. Go all the way up to 10 before making that overlord.
Unless he 10 pools. So, do you feel like you got any superpowers or anything from that water that you got from Sochong?
No, not yet. We'll see if see if anything happens in a little bit.
Okay.
We'll see how I feel.
I'll be checking in.
I'll let you know.
Like if suddenly like you grow long toes or something, like I'll
yeah, everybody go follow Sojong on Twitter and see one of her most recent posts. It's got some weird toes.
Well, I wasn't gonna say anything, but
I mean, I think it was just the picture actually. You guys can make the call yourself as you see the picture.
Yeah. Well, toes aside, we're gonna see a very fast scout here for Losira, like insanely fast. And he's actually going to try to, like, hatch block.
Nah.
The thing is, Echo is a really short rush distance map, so scouting for early pool is, like, it's kind of smart. It's like, we don't almost ever really see this kind of drone scout, but it's kind of cool. Like, I kind of like it. You know what's an interesting concept that I just thought about? What if he makes this into a spine crawler?
I was thinking the same thing. What if he just did that and... Because there's no pool, there's no queen, there's no lanes, he would have to pull like 4 drones, I guess, maybe 3 to deal with it. And then he could just cancel the spine crawler.
Well, the thing is, I mean, like, he can't make it yet.
Wait,
oh, he's going to Evo block. Okay. So I was going to say he could make a spine and then use this, uproot the spine or spore or whatever to walk around and scout later because it has a lot more hit points. But anyway, that aside, he's going to block with an evolution chamber, which is going to mess the gas efficiency up here. which is something we used to see a lot in ZVZ in Wings of Liberty, like back in GSL Open seasons. And Losira actually one of the players who did this a lot. And when this dies, you actually will have the Broodlings to fight and possibly kill some drones as well.
Ooh. I think it's worth it.
It's very annoying.
Wonder why we don't see it more. Like you said, just kind of fell out of style.
Well, I mean, we don't see two-player maps that have a short rush distance like this all too often anyways. You don't see people send drones across the map. And sometimes people don't take their gas for a while anyways. So you have this drone standing across the map and you're like, oh, well, what do I block because he didn't take gas?
Well, that's when you make that spine crawler. Losira also taking that gas. Did go for pretty similar builds here. Dark first getting that gas. See exactly what he uses. Of course, he's going to get speed first. Of course, he'll have great map control from that.
I'm really curious to see if these Broodlings are going to get any damage done. Or rather, how much damage they're going to get done, because they will at least hurt something. Back at home for Losira, he's just going totally gasless. Look at how actually much this delays the gas mining. It's pretty significant.
Yeah.
All right. Just going to get ready to pull. Doesn't pull at all. What? Oh! This is why we don't commentate like that.
We're not trying to be insulting. It's just really the reason why we don't commentate.
So it's a
like
cultural difference as well as the fact that we don't have a live audience in the studio.
Yeah.
There you go. Solved it. Whoa, Wolf said that. Yeah, it's true. We don't have a live audience in the studio listening to our English commentary. There's a live audience in the studio here right now, which is why the Korean commentators commentate like that. But that's why when you see foreign events, casters usually cast in English with a lot more enthusiasm and whatnot because there's an audience to hype. So
Wolf putting it all on the line.
I'm just telling you guys the truth. Like,
does anyone else think the Korean casters just have so much more energy and
so much more passion?
they only talk about the game, they never make jokes, and
they don't watch movies in their spare time, and they never played Nintendo games or Pokemon.
No, they only play Starcraft.
And so
when they're awake, that's all they do.
And so that's
Starcraft,
why,
and they also cast.
That's why I would never subscribe, and I would only watch the high quality stream. The Korean stream is higher quality as well for free, and I think the Korean commenters are better anyways, and they're more exciting. Yeah, yeah, people post like that. That really happens.
That really does happen.
Like every day. Just subscribe.
Yeah,
thanks.
Do it right now.
You get a cool Wolf and a Brendan and a Moonglade emoticon.
Yeah, it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Dark, he puts up his third base first. Unless you're a scouts that, he's not really going to have any opportunity to punish that because he's already got 2 Evo chambers up. He's transitioning into a more late game style, so he'll just take his own third base. He'll be fine. He knows that Dark's not going to go aggressive, kind of just like sit back. And
yeah. This is one of those like passive ZVZs, which we see every now and then, where it's like who gets greedier, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're greedy. Instead of punishing you, I'll just get more greedy." There's like 2 options when you scout someone's being somewhat greedy. One is to try to punish them for their greed and attack. The other is to just be like, "Well, I'll do the next step of greed, and then you'll have to catch up to my greediness with your greed." And we're going to see a push out here from Dark. It's a pretty small Roach push, but he did get this Roach count up a little bit faster. Losira has actually not yet spread his creep all the way over that third base, so he might have some trouble defending this.
Yeah, he definitely may well. Well, he's getting those Roaches out. There's, of course, a +1 push with speed.
Yeah.
Lining up here together. Whereas Losira does not have either of those upgrades.
Yeah, he actually is going for a double Evo chamber upgrade, so the longer he stays, he's going to get some advantages, but it's not ready yet. He did also make a ton of drones. He's got, like a 8 or 7, I guess, technically, harvester lead here.
Dark is actually looking to fight this, but
he's being a bit timid, and the longer he waits, he's going to be down on upgrades if he waits too much longer.
Look at that snipe. That was really nice. Takes out a queen instantly.
No transfuses. No, Losira will have his defender's advantage. He's going to actually go ahead and engage this. But there's just too many Roaches here for Dark. He's definitely going to win this trade. The question is, how long does he stay? And does Losira have those Roaches on the way? Like, when are they popping? It looks like they're coming out in just enough time to push this back. And now he's got his own Roach speed as well as the 1-1 finishing counterwise here. So Losira in a pretty good spot with his hold. Third base needs to get that saturated, but otherwise he's in a pretty nice place. Needs 9 more drones to catch up, but set those over the third base. He's going to counterattack.
Yeah, Losira's actually got a lot of roaches here, but better concave in the queens for Dark. But Losira does have 1-1, and he's looking to actually take this fight. We see both guys very heavily focusing on taking down queens. But at the end of the day, Losira is forced back.
Those roaches, they don't even know what to do, man. They were like, should we harass the drones? Nah, let's just leave. Now we're gonna be like, let's get over here. Those roaches are so confused.
Now he's not even fighting. He's running away in the back.
I'm watching that one roach. I'm watching one roach the rest of the game. Now he's like the leader of the roaches. They follow him.
Well, why? It's so weird that happened, actually. Like, one roach separated from the group.
Oh, now I don't know which one it is anymore.
Oh. Maybe he'll continue to stay away. But unfortunately, StarCraft 2, all the units are always grouped together.
And what we've seen a lot in Korean StarCraft 2, fairly recently in ZBZ, is a lot of this in this Roach versus Roach matchup, which is not always how ZBZ is right now in Korea. You see a lot more contaminates going down on hatcheries, Evo chambers, making sure that these types of advantages that you can get, or they're really just solidify advantages, or slow down your opponent's upgrades so you can get an advantage. I really like it. That's what I'm trying to choke out.
Yeah. I like it too, Wolf.
We saw it a lot in Wings of Liberty at the beginning of Korean StarCraft 2. Players like Nesty, Losira, and Idra were using it in Korean StarCraft games. So it kind of fell off for a while because Overseers are kind of expensive, and you have to build up a lot of energy to do that. But it's still good. It's a very viable sort of thing to do.
We see now Dark going for burrow and burrow movement.
Yeah.
Whereas Losira is not going to have that.
He is going to still have the +2 armor. And when you're only one armor upgrade ahead of your opponent, it's like not that big of a deal because Roach's firepower is more important than their armor because they do burst damage. But having 2 armor upgrades above your opponent can, it's obviously more significant. So it's not going to be for very long as we do see Dark is getting his own armor.
Free Roach there given to Losira.
I just want to think that Roach at the top is the same Roach, the one that's leading them.
Probably is, actually.
High chance.
You see Hydra's being added in now for Losira. Dark foregoing that. And that's actually going to add a lot of firepower to this army.
Burrow movement. Here we go. He shows it. And this is going to be very annoying for Losira without Overseer's coverage, without the static defense. Actually, I don't even know if he's noticing. He's going to start to lose some harvesters over there.
Losira, it seems like he just wants to go for an attack. He's like, okay, you've committed to burrow and burrow movement, but I have a better army, so...
Yeah, he's made Hydras. Like, he's actually making Hydras in Korean ZBZ, and they're going to do some extra damage from behind. He's fighting in a weird position where not all his army is able to fight, whereas Dark is just kind of focusing in. He is eventually going to get caught here, and Losira is getting some pretty good trades.
Yeah, great army movement, though, from Dark. Fighting only half of Losira's army, and then just... like playing it like a PvZ almost. And at the same time, he's doing a lot of damage back home. 5, 6 drones now going down, getting that small advantage.
The Hydra's up here at the front, losing those kind of expensive. Yeah. Roach moved back on that creep, actually using Losira's creep against him here.
Oh boy. Losira still hasn't dealt with these 2 roaches.
Yeah, they're actually starting to get way too much value. Look at that.
They're in the main. 9 drones, 10. And Losira's just ignoring it. He's like, okay, whatever, I'm just going to go kill you. I don't know if it's going to work out, though. Look at this, we got a lot more roaches on the way. Burrowed ones going in to do some more harass damage. Here's the fight now.
Yep. No Overseer, actually, with his army, so the burrowed roaches are actually able to get on top of the Hydras. And then there's the Overseer now, but doesn't matter. They still got in there and did their job. And look at this. Dark is actually starting to win this fight.
Yeah,
not exactly.
Still 16, 17 drones right now. He's no mining at his third base at all.
Yeah, and now that he the fight started to go in Losira's favor slightly, his burrow moved away. Losira's multitasking is failing him a bit here, and this is actually just going to be all she wrote.
I think it's got to be. There's no way Losira can kill Dark right now. Dark has got way too much damage done to Losira at his base.
Yeah, and at this point, Losira is going to be struggling to survive. He's not killing anybody, man. He's he's gonna have a hard time living through this next attack.
Some more harass coming in. 4 Roaches going to the third base.
Burrow movement is just tearing Losira apart. Trying to play this Roach Hydra old school ZVZ comp. Not gonna happen. Roaches win out again.
Now Dark pushing forward, and Losira just doesn't have enough stuff. There's too much damage done. GG. Dark takes game number 1 of this ZVZ.
I feel like Losira played a very good game, but and his comp that he was building was, you know, I mean, it is a comp that we've seen people use with great success for years. Roach Hydra. It's not something you see really anymore in Korea that often. We don't see that much ZVZ in Korea that often because Zergs are having some trouble nowadays versus Protoss especially. But that aside, I feel like Losira definitely can bounce back from this one. This is not going to be Losira versus Hyun ZVZ where it's a 3-0 and Hyun just prepared way better than Losira. I'm not feeling that.
Possible. It's possible.
I mean, it could be a 3-0. I don't think it's going to happen the same way for the same reasons.
Yeah. Dark just pretty much straight up great play, whereas Losira, it was really on the back of his mistakes why he lost that game. And he's going to have to think about that in the future games. Going into Expedition Lost. Normally a pretty strong Zerg map against other races, but you got a ZVZ here.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. I just want, every time I see that Chicken Maru patch, I
want to get some chicken. I'm totally serious.
Maybe we
should
should
eat chicken on cast.
Maybe we should get chicken with Maru. Chicken Maru.
Whoa. Maru's not even on MVP.
No, he's not. But he could cast with us while we eat chicken.
That would be funny.
Except Maru would never say anything.
He would never say anything. Definitely not in English.
He might say no or yes. Which has been about.
He's like, I fought hard, and that's why I won. We're like, Maru, we're casting a game. That doesn't make any sense.
He's like, I'll show good performances in the future. Thank you. I'm like, Maru, you always say that, Maru.
Maru's basically like a soundboard. You just click a button.
That's how he's gonna speak at his wedding. I'm like, I hope to show her good performances in the future.